Hi, Sarah. So I thought I would do a video response back to you just because I enjoyed your video so much. I am actually doing the videos as an option for the first time this semester, and you're the first person to submit them. So I really do appreciate it. I really did enjoy watching your video. So this is going to be in my feedback and my commentary to that. I loved how you associated the writing to your passion, which is working out. I just recently lost some weight and hope to continue losing weight. And I know how difficult it is, so congratulations on that. It is really important to kind of know what your goals are. I am sorry that you had that former essay that you wrote, I'm assuming was a narrative, a story of some kind, didn't work as well out for the teacher as you thought it would. The narratives are tricky. You want to make sure, so each paper for this class will have criteria. So for example, for the narrative, you want to make sure that you have a specific audience in mind, and that audience can understand the purpose of your essay, so why you're writing. You should also make sure that you're specific with your language, that your writer can understand what you're saying. For example, you want to make sure that if you have a reference or something, they can understand, not have any unnecessary language. However, within that, there are many different ways of writing. I think that's kind of what you were trying to get at in your video. There's not only one way. So I love that you understand the need to make yourself uncomfortable to learn something new, because a lot of writers don't quite know that, or at least it takes a long time to learn that. Writing is scary. Writing is difficult. Writing, especially if you're writing something personal like a narrative, requires you to be vulnerable about yourself. And it is very difficult for a lot of people to do that. And I totally understand. I think in some ways, when that vulnerability comes through on the paper, it makes it to where the audience is just rewarded so much more. So note that, I am expecting people to draft and to write, and to, revise and everything throughout the semester. But so it's not necessarily because if I agreed something lower, it's not because I would just not appreciate a story, maybe because more revision would be needed. So if you need to email me any essays throughout the semester, beforehand, let me know, and I can definitely help you if you need somebody else to look at your essays in that way, if you were to do a one-on-one conference or something. But I do really love what you're saying, and I agree with you. I actually don't like the 5-paragraph essay. I don't know if that's what you're referring to when the other teacher graded your essay down, if it wasn't a 5-paragraph essay, but I have had students before who go beyond what I ever could have expected, and it's beautiful, and I love it. And so feel free to push your limits this semester learn as much as you can. I'm excited that you feel that way. It is really exciting. So, and I also do love with the video, I do feel like one of the first things I said when I saw that you did a video is I can see your face. And so I've been teaching online since March 2020, and this is my first semester in person. So I do teach a few classes in Arnold and another college. But there is such a disconnect when I am online. And so I do find a lot of joy in being able to see your face, to be able to hear what you're saying. And I do agree that a lot of emotion comes back. And I hopefully in my videos, even though a lot of my formal videos that are assigned are just kind of producing information that I might see in class, I'm hoping that helps you understand some of what we're doing during the semester more so than just reading an assignment sheet. I will also comment here on I will leave these comments, the comment about the citation to you, written down so you can see in the actual comment. Just make sure in the future you put the citation in the actual, below your quotes instead of the comments. I know that's simple, easy, and I'm sorry that was kind of misconstrued. I'm glad you put it there. It's just at first I didn't see it. And so I thought you hadn't submitted it. So I was a little bit worried there. One thing to note is that there are 2 authors. So there's Richard Miller and Anne Jurajek, and you can tell that because one's name is after the other. And so you're correct that the first person listed would be Miller. comma, Richard E. That's the first person listed, but you would also want to put and Andrew Jack next to it. So you want to make sure if you have more than one author that you put it there, and if you include both authors. If you have 3 or more authors, you would just put the first person's name and then comma et al., which just tells you that there's more authors than that. One thing about I don't know if you watch, hopefully you watch the MLA format videos and the PowerPoints. I'm hoping that they helped you. One thing that I mentioned in those videos and on the PowerPoint is the difference between shorter articles and titles and larger books or journals. So if you have a shorter essay or article or chapter, that title would be in italic, that title would be in quotation marks, while the book or journal, the larger piece, would be in italics. And so if you're looking at the list to order, there's a MLA, there's a PowerPoint slide I have that's, I forget exactly the list of like 7 or 8 pieces of information you need to have in your essay. It starts with author, then goes title, and then goes container. The title, if you are citing like an essay within a book, like we are right now, like a chapter within a book, the title would not be the book title, but would be the chapter title. And then the container would be the book, because the book contains the chapter, if that makes sense. So if you have a journal article, the title would be the article's title, and then the journal would be the container, because the journal contains the article. So for the scan I have, it's from a book I have. I literally just opened the book and scanned it. So kind of imagine that you're doing that. So if you had your works cited citation, which I'm looking at right now, after the author's names would be on Unlearning, which would be in quotation marks, and then Habits of the Creative Mind would be in italics, because on Unlearning is the chapter title. It's right, if you look at the scan, it's right at the beginning of the chapter, the writing, and Habits of the Creative Mind is the book title, because it's at the beginning. And then you would want to put the publisher, which I don't have it in front of me. I think it might be Bedford St. Martin's, but I might be wrong here. I don't have it in front of me, and I regret that. I will definitely write the correct citation and everything on the comments so you can see. And you do have the year, and then the page, you would want to have the page range. And so not necessarily only the page you would have it on, or the list, but looking at the page numbers. So you would look at the page numbers and write down the page number of the first page you're looking at, and also the page number of the last page you're looking at. And so that would be the page range. And so not just page 3, where you say you found your quotes on, but it would be, what are the page range? So if you open a book, the page 16, that would be like the first page. And so the scans are kind of work that way. So I'm sorry this commentary was a little bit long, but again, I did enjoy yours. I didn't intend for it to be that long, but I will provide that written commentary about the citation. If you have any questions about MLA format, if you have any questions about, anything, I'm happy to help. MLA format is difficult. It takes a long time to kind of get used to. So hopefully throughout the semester, with these Commonplace book entries, with my feedback on those entries, you can kind of learn and improve throughout the semester. So let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, have a good day too.